Well, first of all, let me say welcome to the Wichita Public Library. And woo, I'm excited to have you here with us today. Have you been working with them and reading with them? There we go. That's good. Has he really? Okay. Well, let me first introduce myself. I'm Mayor Carl Brewer. I'm the mayor of the city of Wichita. And we're very excited to be able to join you today and have a special guest that has came here all the way from Topeka to be able to join us. And you're going to be here to talk to us about Read Kansas Read, which is a statewide summer reading initiative, and it's here to share with our favorite children's stories. How many of you have a favorite children's story? You do? Woo, how many do you have? One or two favorite children? Oh, there we go. Lots of them. Well, you guys, it's really exciting to be able to have a favorite children's story and to be able to participate and read Kansas Read. But now it's my honor because I know that he does a lot of reading and he reads a lot of children's stories because he has what, 5 children?
5 kids.
5 children. So he gets a chance to read a lot of stories. So it's my distinct honor to be able to introduce to you the governor of the great state of Kansas, Governor Sam Brownback.
Always appreciate it. Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate that. He's done a great job as mayor, and I appreciate being able to work with him. This is important about reading. This is really important because you got to be able to read. If you're going to work in this society, if you're going to move forward in education, you got to be able to read. So we got a summer program called Read Kansas Read. I'm going to read 4 books this summer. At least. I've already read one. I'm working on a second one. I'm going to get more than that done. My wife's going to read 6. Our kids are reading books. My youngest son, he's 14. He just finished his second in a week. So he's really on a fast track to read, and it's critical that we do it. We aren't reading enough as Kansans. Our 4th graders aren't. We only have roughly 28% of 4th graders, 28% of 4th graders are failing to meet the minimum reading standard. So we got to get them up in their reading scale. You guys, I know, are all going to be reading very well. Okay, and that's what we're looking for in this. With the help of this program and coalitions like this, Read Kansas Read, we can increase the percentage of 4th graders reading at grade level. And you don't just start reading in the 4th grade. You got to start when you're 1 and 2 and 3. If you're going to be a great reader when you're in the 4th grade or when you're in college, you got to read early. And so that's what we're doing with this program. As an incentive, my wife and I will host the top 2 summer readers and their families in each of the 10 Department of Education districts out at Cedar Crest, that's the governor's residence, in August for a celebration. So if you're in the top reading group, we're going to host you at the governor's residence for that. And I know some of our mascots are planning on being there, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers going to be there too. Bring the ice cream and burgers. And you can find more about this at readkansasread.ks.gov. And now I'm going to read a book, and if somebody wants to, this is one of my favorites. I've got a wheat tie. This is wheat on the tie. We're a big wheat state. We're also a big wind energy state. We're #1 in wind and #1 in wheat. Isn't that pretty good? And the Woo Shockers are going to be #1 in basketball, right? They're going to be up there anyway. You know, I mean, there may be some KU or K-State fans that might go the other way on that. I'm going to read this One Kansas Farmer book, and I don't know if anybody cared to come. How about, would you come up here with me with that beautiful teddy bear? Bring your teddy bear, too. Do you mind? Is that your brother there, too? Well, have you all come up here, too? Both of you come up here. My 2 youngest are the same age, and so I'd sit them both on either one on my lap, and we would read. You want to sit up here, or you can just stand right here, and you'll turn the pages. How's that sound? All right? That's a really cool book. My dad's a farmer. My brother farms. Got a lot of farmers in Kansas, and we're going to find more. What's your name? Jace? G-A-C-H? Okay. What's your name? Charlie. Very good to meet. What the heck? You're missing a tooth. Oh, did you? Well, that happens at your age. But you look really good. Okay. One Kansas farmer in a field of amber grain, looking after cattle, he checks the sky for rain. You have a piece of bread, you have a slice of meat. One Kansas farmer grows a lot of wheat. There you go. See that picture, guys? All right. I just want to turn the page there. Okay, now we got two songwriters wrote a little ditty. Folks sang it from Pratt to Dodge City. A prairie waltz became our song sung in this very day. Sing about our Kansas home where the deer and antelope play. What song is that? Yeah, you back there.
There he is.
I normally have candy to throw to kids. All right. Three shiny cars sparkle and gleam. Each one began as a Kansas boy's dream. Walter Chrysler found world acclaim in the Chrysler cars that bear his name. You know Walter Chrysler is from Kansas? Guy started Chrysler Corporation. Yeah. You know who started the aviation industry that was from Wichita? Yeah, you know? Well, one of them's name was Clyde Cessna. Cessna Stadium, Cessna Aircraft. He wrecked his plane 13 times before he found a model that would work. I think I'd have given up after 4 or 5. All right, 4 Latin words to guide us each day. The Kansas State motto shows us the way. Ad astra per astra begs us to fly towards the faraway stars in the Kansas sky. What does ad astra per astra stand for? Somebody say that? Here, here. High five. Way to go, girl. That's the way to go. Good job. Man, that was great. We need to count to 5 of our state delivers the life-giving water of 5 Kansas rivers. Our rivers and streams have to flow for there's cattle to raise and wheat to grow. So we got 5 major river systems in the state. All right, you gonna flip the page here, buddy? There you go. Now this is kind of a trick question, all right? So I want everybody to be ready for it, okay? I look to the sky and 6 flags appear, one for each nation that once governed here. In 1861, the U.S. grew. We became the star of the red, white, and blue. What 6 countries, what 6 flags once flew over Kansas?
The American.
All right, that's the first one. Way to go. Yeah.
England. I crashed his
Plane, you did.
plane several times.
Great Britain, you got that one. That's a good one too. France, Spain, Mexico, and this is the 6th one. The Republic of Texas once claimed us. Not get out of here. We don't belong to Texas. All right, $7 horses carved with great care. $7 horses painted with flair with Swedish cuisine, culture, and art. Lindbergh keeps Sweden close to its heart. We've got a lot of ethnic settlements in the state of Kansas. All right? Okay. All right, we're getting there, guys. Oh, this is a big one. To count to, what's that?
A cowboy.
That's right. When you're riding a bull or a horse at a rodeo, how long do you have to stay on for you to qualify, do you know?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? You'd certainly qualify if you got that one. What? 8 seconds, right. Give me a high five. Come over and give me a high five, buddy. Good job. To count to 8, perhaps you've reckoned, we're going to be counting right down to the second. Hold on tight as you leave the gate. The rodeo winner will make it to 8. All right, now this is kind of an interesting one too, okay? This is about the number 9. We found 9 box turtles on a nature hike with 9 fancy shells. No, 2 quite alike. They move a little slowly in shells of black and gold, but the Kansas State reptile grows to be quite old. What's the Kansas State reptile? I think that's Louisiana. Box turtle, the ornate box turtle. And you know how old they can grow to be? How old they can live?
9.
9?
8 years.
8 years? 10? 9?
25.
How about 30?
24.
Whoa, that's pretty good. Okay, this is the last one, 10. 10 red-tailed hawks high above the trees, hanging in the air, floating on the breeze. They soar in the sun, these birds of prey. 10 Kansas hawks on a bright, sunny day. All right. Now you guys, you can finish the rest of this book, and you'll get, well, we only got a few more pages. Let's go ahead through it. That's pretty good. 11 busy bees on a day warm and sunny, feasting on flowers and making golden honey. Their tiny little stingers can make them hard to handle, but they can sweeten breakfast or make wax for a candle. The honeybee was named the state insect in the state of Kansas. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. This is your Kansas trivia book here. Now look at these guys. What kind of birds are those? They're birds. Meadowlarks. You're close. That's the state bird.
They're zebra.
Zebra birds? They kind of look like a zebra bird, don't they? They are prairie chickens. And interesting, to count to 12, we catch a glance at the little birds who seem to dance around. They go cute as dickens. I count 12 prairie chickens. Whoa, now what are these guys? They're in your state. Squirrels? Were-weedles? Prairie dogs. That's what those are. Very good. You guys are good. 13 prairie dogs leave their prairie beds to sniff the morning air, but we can only see their heads. They pop up from their holes, but if danger is near, they call to one another and quickly disappear. Oh, look at this. What's that? That's right. You guys got that one, didn't you? 14 blades of grass, delicate and tender, sprouting in a field of black ash and cinder, fire towards the ground, but then the smoke did clear, and soon a field of lush and fertile grass will appear. Kansas is home to the largest area of tall grass prairie in the world. More prairie, tall grass prairie here than anywhere else in one segment called the Flint Hills. Okay, now this is the state tree. What's the state tree? You guys are so good. Very good, guys. A stand of 15 cottonwoods swaying in the breeze. Sometimes it looks like snow and it might make you sneeze. But our many silver cottonwoods are as tough as they can be, so let's salute the cottonwood, the Kansas state tree. Oh, look at that one.
Lizards.
You're close.
Frogs.
Frogs. Those are funny looking frogs. What? That's a salamander. Exactly. I've lifted up a log, come and take a gander. Black and yellow, barred tiger salamanders. With his bright and shiny colors, he has a sense of style as a proud Kansas symbol. He even seems to smile. Oh, here's one. Now you guys might recognize. Is that your favorite spot? The mayor knows this spot well. 25 students on a trip from school gather around a reflecting pool in a golden sun and a sky of blue. The keeper of the plains stands tall and true. What city is the keeper of the plains in?
Wichita.
There we go.
And you got it there. All right. So you need to build a fence, but you haven't got a tree, nothing but prairie grass as far as you can see. We'll use 30 post rocks just like the pioneers. We'll fence in our horses, our dairy cows, and steers. Early on, they didn't have any trees out in the plains. They used rocks. That's a tough way. The state balloon. I don't think we have one of those. Count to 40, I look to the sky at the lovely parade of colors going by. 40 balloons in the daylight, last light, with Kansas helium giving them flight. Kansas is a big helium producing state. Oh, now here's a really interesting one. Anybody here like to do video games? Okay, you know they got a thing called a computer chip in them?
Yeah.
That was invented by a guy from Kansas. The computer chip. He got a Nobel Prize for doing this. Here are 50 microchips. They're tiny, that is true, but it's hard to imagine all the things they can do. From a car to a computer to a racing rocket ship, our world moves along on Jack Kilby of Great Bend, Kansas. Microchip. All right, last page here, guys, and then you will have read this book for your list. 100 stars in the Kansas sky, 100 stars and 2 sharp eyes. Among those stars, though many had tried, Pluto was found by a Kansan named Clyde. We can count it all, though we're very bright and clever, for so much of Kansas goes on forever. Try counting the wheat fields or sunflowers standing high. You'll find that they're endless, just like the Kansas sky. The end. Congratulations, guys.